One Zambia, One Nation. The headlines. President Hichilema calls for Japanese investments. 3.4 million kwacha Mansa bus station commissioned. Plus farmers aged to sell maize to FRA. With the news, I'm Kafula Salamba and my sign language interpreter is John Chulu. President Hakainde Hichilema has called for Japanese investments in different sectors of the country's economy. President Hichilema says the debt restructuring that the country achieved presents an opportunity to focus on economic growth, adding that the country will greatly benefit from Japanese public and private investors. The head of state was speaking at State House this morning when Japanese ambassador to Zambia, Takeuchi Kazuyuki, and his delegation paid a courtesy call on him. We have details in this report.
Zambia and Japan have enjoyed 60 years of bilateral relations, which has seen the two countries collaborate in various aspects, including Japanese investment in key sectors such as education, agriculture, and transportation. Today, Japanese ambassador to Zambia and his delegation paid a courtesy call on President Hakainde Hichilema as the two countries celebrate the 60th anniversary of bilateral relations. President Hichilema highlights that the debt restructuring deal that Zambia has achieved provides an opportunity for the country to focus on its economic recovery and has called on more investment from the Japanese business community.
Now that we've got the debt restructuring behind us, we want to now focus on economic reconstruction. And the partnership with Japan now becomes even more essential than ever before. In our pep talk, I did raise the issue of mobilizing the economic growth requires mobilizing capital, mobilizing investments, mobilizing trade, and we would like to explore that deeper. And that's why Minister of Foreign Affairs acting and the team here, we must accelerate the comprehensive investment and development framework agreement. Mining is still important to us. We host the critical minerals, and I sent the Minister of Mines there. So we would like to explore that to lead into investments, and we want to indicate that we invite the Japanese government, Japanese investors to look at some of the licenses, that the tenements that we hold, copper, cobalt, nickel, manganese, lithium, and we know that Japan is a leading manufacturer, leading manufacturer of motor vehicles, and these minerals, critical minerals, are very important, and also towards green energy, given the climate damage that has been caused.
The president also called for investment in irrigation as the country is trying to recover from the devastating effects of drought.
We are very grateful that Japan has been supportive in the irrigation side, and we would like to deepen that relationship, that focus, so we can, having declared a disaster, and two components of that is to feed our people. One, two is to increase our resilience, our capability to basically grow food even when there's not much rain, and that can only be done through irrigation. So water harvest, irrigation technology, and the delivery on the ground to the farmers.
Japanese ambassador to Zambia has reiterated Japanese commitments towards the economic recovery of Zambia by engaging more of the Japanese business community.
Japanese business is quite good at doing business in Asian region or America, but not in African continent. And I'm repeatedly asking them to look at and study Africa. And Zambia, I'm quite sure that Zambia would be a most important showcase of business in Africa. The name of Zambia has been well recognized in Japan. But I have to confess that not many Japanese people are aware what is Zambia beyond that name. That fact leads to small tourism demand for Zambia in Japan. We already started to provide information of Zambia through SNS. And on the other hand, this mission is not to be attained without effort made from Zambian side. I would be grateful if Your Honor encouraged Zambian authority or tourism industry, or even Ambassador Mulimbika currently in Japan, to make similar effort and stimulate the desire of Japanese people to know Zambia more.
In January this year, the two countries launched their official commemoration of their 60th anniversary of bilateral relations, with various programs and initiatives being implemented to deepen their relations. Sarah Miti for ZANIS in Lusaka.
The news in detail. Government has officially commissioned Mansa Down USB Pass Station, which has been paved at a cost of over 3.4 million kwacha using the 2023 Constituency Development Fund, CDF. More in this report.
The Constituency Development Fund has continued facelifting districts and provinces in all parts of the country. This is shown through the paving of Mansa Down UB Station, which has been commissioned by Luapula Province Minister Njavasi Mutoe.
We are officially opening the Down UB Station for use by the general public. The station was partially paved under the 2023 capital component of the Local Government Equalization Fund. Ndipo kwanda tili kwena Zambia tune shuko likalamba watu walisala kateka uyo muchine usakemene abena Zambia. Ero mwana nga puisha school kabiri tuleba tumala kuma skills. Kuyasambile fin pifya kusana fya kuyiwombela. Apali utelala, apali driver, apali bramba. Ifin pifi fisa chila constituency yonse
Mansa Constituents Member of Parliament Dr. Chitalu Chilofya thanked the people for their commitment.
Pano tuli pale afya matika lyonse akumainsa lelo okupitila muri CDF ne milimo shimbi isha uteko aslabu pano okila nomba lelo kuli amainsa tatwakula pita umatika kunu mo kutwale twalo lupia kuma projects yambi lelo kubonfya uteko kubonfya lupia lwa CDF ulwa kanso ulupia lwenu na lumoneko kutila nomba twafika palino ishita mwagombeni mwabena Mansa.
Mansa Municipal Council Mayor Njiko Musuku says the local authority will also work on the shelter and toilets to ensure people's safety while in the market.
Nomba echashala konombanga bakanso ufuleto wakwata umutenge wakutila abantu nga obaisa nangule enfula ireloka ama basi balekila kwa bulokula lokwa chimona akakedeka shelter mule monaka tulefwa tukawamye wino tukapende abantu balesungira mone FP ilabale ya kumakwebo na chimbe cho twana bombera pomkwai kushiningisho kutila ama toilet na kulia kulast kula papa ama toilet nokwa kuposa wino ifisoso.
And Kafusha Kanyemba, who represented the residents, has warned the station users against cleanliness.
Fuebe kalapano tusunge bwino ekikulwa tichakulwa chamwe na Zambia oli wonse na kabiri abakuleto obusaka pano teba kanso yo abakuleto obusaka pano ni fuebe kalapano.
Betsheba Katebe reporting for ZANIS News in Mansa District in Luapula Province.
Residents of Ndeke Township in Kaperimposhi District have commended government for establishing police presence in the area following the completion of the first ever police post. Kaperimposhi Member of Parliament Stanley Kakubo has commissioned the police post constructed at a cost of 150,000 kwacha using the 2023 Constituency Development Fund CDF. Here's a report.
Ndeke is one of the most densely populated compounds in Kaperimposhi District, with high crime rates largely due to the absence of police. But this will soon change following construction of a police post in the area using the Constituency Development Fund. Kaperimposhi Member of Parliament Stanley Kakubo has commissioned the police post, highlighting how CDF is supporting communities.
CDF, same president, muli 2.5 years. CDF yakwela, ukusima pali 1.6, ukuya Afrika. Na pali 28 million no nendala mesha chilamo okupitapo omomwe na mukati onomwe na mukapiri emo bali abengemina bukamboni nokulanda ati grant ya CDF na alipoka emo bali misepiana onomwe na town ishire kuma driving school nokwensha balensha na bamazembe
mukapiri twakwata awards ali 18 ayondera ndama award CDF monse muri ama project fyonse firebomba.
For the police command, the facility will promote effective policing of the community.
I urge all members of the community here to report all matter of security concerns to safeguard public and private property.
The police post has come as a relief to high crime rates in the area. Carlos Wunda, ZANIS, Kaprimposhi.
More in the news, the Los Angeles-Lusaka Sister City Committee has launched a campaign to raise funds aimed at improving service provision at the University Teaching Hospital, UTH Children's Hospital. Committee President Florence Chawelwa says committee members based in Los Angeles City, United States of America, have pledged 50,000 United States dollars and an ambulance for the UTH Children's Hospital. Sharon Walia now reports.
The University Teaching Hospital Children's Hospital stands as a beacon of hope for all Zambians as it is a national referral hospital. However, in order to provide the much-needed quality services, the health facility requires advanced medical equipment and specialist services. It is for this reason that the Los Angeles-Lusaka Sister City Committee has launched a campaign to raise funds to supplement government efforts in providing quality health services.
Today we are officially launching a campaign to raise funds to equip the men and women who fight daily the diseases and conditions that assail the children of this country, to ease the heavy burden they bear in performing the healing work and mending of the broken that happens here at the Children's Hospital. Zambia has prospered many individuals and organizations. Hence, the campaign appeals to these individuals and organizations to exercise their duty of care towards the institutions of a country that has been so good and wonderful to them.
The committee is pleased to announce that 50,000 United States dollars and an ambulance have been pledged by the committee members in Los Angeles, USA.
As for this particular campaign, we are happy to announce that our colleagues on the other side, in the United States, in Los Angeles particularly, have already begun the drive, and there are pledges that are already on paper. There's 50,000 US dollars that has already been pledged, and there's an ambulance that has also been pledged.
The Children's Hospital is looking forward to the fruition of the campaign.
And so as a hospital, we are excited to officially embark on the campaign with Los Angeles Lusaka City Committee. We recognize the importance that, cooperating partners, the efforts they put in helping supplement government efforts in terms of offering specialized care to the children that we receive here. And so on behalf of management, we are grateful that Los Angeles Lusaka Sister Committee has come on board to supplement the government efforts through the Ministry of Health.
This noble venture by the sister cities will make a lasting impact in the lives of the children and the country at large. Sharon Walia reporting for ZANIS in Lusaka.
Now, in view of the declaration of the drought as a national disaster and emergency by President Hakainde Hichilema, the Gender Division has started undertaking measures to stabilize the expected food insecurity among women and children in Eastern Province. Gender Division Permanent Secretary Mainga Kabika has since conducted a needs assessment on the impact of climate change on women and children in Nyimba District. Pethias Mutale has more in this report.
One district that has felt the impact of climate change is Nyimba District in Eastern Province. The district, known for producing bumper harvest time immemorial, has seen a huge decrease in agricultural productivity in the 2023-2024 farming season. This is the reason the Gender Division Permanent Secretary Mainga Kabika is visiting the district so that government can provide mechanized farming to women-led cooperatives. Here, women interacted with Ms. Kavika and presented their demand.
So tingafuneko thandizo ya ulimi watsopano wakuti tizilima muyaya nda uchitukuko cholima so tafika na idea iyi uzaswanga waye na wewe wangakondwele.
Ms. Kavika has since assured the women that government will provide all necessary support.
Boho irrigation system izakwela bwinobwino na mapipe yabinapeleka manzi mu garden monse tizamifakirani na solar pump so that it could be at both dosa malaitai so that it is saving malai so itazamipasani solar pump izakwela complete bwinobwino na tank stand na mapipe bwinobwino tipange irrigation then konjezerapo tizampasani chabe ikoveka tizampasani na seeds konjezerapo futhi tizampasani na fertilizer yonse ma fertilizer kwenda ku urea concept tizampasani.
In Inyimba district, climate impacts are already harming families. Pethias Mutale for ZANIS News in Inyimba, Eastern Province.
We take a break. More news when we return.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on ZANIS TV, Topstar Platform, Channel 6 DTT, and 458 DTH. Don't miss. Woman Thou Art is a program that offers counsel to the female folk, sharing real-life experiences and providing guidance to the women and young girls on necessary steps and conducts that will help shape and nurture a sober society. Watch Woman Thou Art on ZANIS TV every Wednesday at 18:30 hours on the Topstar channel, Channel 6 DTT, and Channel 458 DTH.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on ZANIS TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
How I Made It is a program that delves into the many success stories of different people from all walks of life. Watch How I Made It on ZANIS TV every Thursday at 18:30 hours on the Topstar channel, Channel 6 DTT, and Channel 458 DTH.
We continue with the news. Lunta District Commissioner Joseph Chilando has encouraged farmers in the district to sell their maize to Food Reserve Agency FRA in an effort to secure maize for strategic reserves. Mr. Chilando explains that the maize that farmers will sell to the agency will benefit the district as well as the whole country, especially in areas that have recorded dry spells. The district commissioner said this during an interaction with Malambwa residents, and Malambwa Ward Councillor Geoffrey Mukuka thanked government for increasing the maize flour price, stating that the gesture shows government's commitment to empower and reward farmers for their hard work. The Department of Community Development in Choma District has targeted 3,200 households for the emergency wetland farming program. We have details in this report.
Livestock and livelihoods in rural communities are under severe threat as the current drought situation has led to significant drops in food production. As a drought response, the Department of Community Development in Choma has commenced with the emergency wetland farming program targeted for vulnerable but viable farmers.
Choma district is one of the districts that will be implementing emergency FSP wetland, because of the drought that was experienced in the district. So we have a caseload of 3,200 households, but we are looking at these households that have access to water. So we are talking about water that will be able to make a crop reach its maturity. As a district, we have looked at all the 28 wards because we are only focusing on households that have access to water.
The department has also considered a few wards in urban and peri-urban areas.
We've also considered a few wards that are in the urban and peri-urban because we have evidence of the shallow wells, we have seen the shallow wells. So they're able to plant something and they're able to water. We want to ensure that households have food. So we are looking at vulnerable households, but this household should be able to have enough water.
The beneficiaries in Siasi Kabole area are grateful to government for coming to their aid.
Tulijisimenda akutika tutraize shango zotutishange zomututupe bahulumende kuliga kutwamurumba maningi kambo matugolisi ya family yesu bamwe bamna gujigolo ingaba inka no mabusu koti tiyojigonze kusanina abana tiyojigonze kutora abana gujigolo tiyojigonze kulisya abana guseni mahigati amasiku
koma baba batuletera program yetu abarumba maningi kapati kabazumana na kutugurwa ihya abambi batana kurwa ihwa babagurwa ihya utegwa baro bajigonye kuhutura migwa shiyabo bujiyuma ma ejijirigo mbuto atakatebura ino toyati tupengere mu garden utegwa tujigonye kusurvive abana mboto jisi
tulirumbide hulumende mboy tugwashide menda tulijisi waje yino yindi ari mitwali mawuti itugwashe hulumende atarambi tugwashide gare.
Drought ranks as the single most common cause of severe food shortage as it affects food availability, stability, access and utilization. Kalunga Msonda, ZANIS News, Choma District, Southern Province.
A Lusaka-based entrepreneur has commended government for creating an enabling environment that allows for entrepreneurs to thrive. Johnson Director George Mamonwa says through his business venture of manufacturing locally made wheelbarrows, he has managed to create 40 jobs for youths.
A Lusaka-based entrepreneur has praised government for implementing policies that are creating an enabling business environment for entrepreneurs. Johnson Engineering Director George Mamonwa says the prevailing conducive business environment prompted him to set up a wheelbarrow manufacturing company. Mr. Mamonwa disclosed that through the business venture, he has managed to create over 40 jobs for the youths.
At Johnson Engineering, we came up with our own specialized wheelbarrow, the Zambian wheelbarrow, manufactured here locally in Zambia by the local Zambian youths. This wheelbarrow has come to satisfy the construction, mining, and agricultural purposes. So far, this wheelbarrow has been rolled out on the market and is being sold countrywide. At Johnson Engineering, we employ the number of 40 Zambian youths, both male and female. And with this boost from CEC, we'd like to inform the public that this boost would make us buy a lot of machinery and double our production in our factory.
The livelihoods of the employees who were once jobless have been transformed as they are now able to take care of their families.
So that time, but as at now, life now is changed. Life now is set at a pantage. That time to be a company. Nisha open okupa, but as at now, no okupa na tup. And then my family is there still a benefit. Muri in a program to the so and then just second organization if name Bombay as of Mwachimona, we as ama youths beka beka company ama youths beka beka so ngamaro de fin sticker muri no company fin fya ko bati fya ko pantanshi and then fin fya ko bati abantu abakuru na bena kuwasikira mu pa fin sticker.
Johnson Engineering was recently recognized by the Citizen Economic Empowerment Commission for its resilience in creating job opportunities for the youths in the country. For ZANIS, I'm Lakson Makodza.
In health news, Minister of Health Sylvia Masebo says the installation of different diagnostic machines at Kasama General Hospital will enhance delivery of quality healthcare services to the people. Ms. Masebo, who inspected the health facility, pledged to deploy more health personnel in order to beef up staffing levels. More in the following report.
Minister of Health Sylvia Masebo has visited Kasama General Hospital to check on the status of the health institution. Ms. Masebo expressed happiness that the hospital has successfully installed vital diagnostic machines.
I think what is pleasing is that in terms of diagnostic equipment, we seem to be doing very well now, because even the laboratory, very good equipment has been installed. There was no X-ray here. The CT scan was not working, but I'm happy to report that they have a very modern X-ray, digital X-ray in place that was installed 2 months ago, and it's doing very well. We also have managed as government to ensure that the CT scan is functional, but most important, to put all this equipment under some maintenance program for the next 3 years.
The minister also disclosed government's plan to deploy more skilled health workers in Northern Province and Kasama General Hospital in particular to help reduce referral cases.
The other one is the issue of human resource, because this is a referral hospital for the province. Obviously, even with the numbers of people that the government has employed, we will still need a little bit more. This year we employ. So I think we're in agreement that we'll give this hospital and indeed the province in general more numbers of health workers, and we want to ensure that referrals from this province and from this hospital to Lusaka or to Kitwe is reduced or completely stopped.
Ms. Masebo, who toured some dilapidated wards, reviewed some interventions the ministry will take to make them better.
We have some resources in this year's budget on rehabilitation, and I think we made decisions to see how we can mop up resources so that work can immediately start on this infrastructure.
Later, Ms. Masebo held a meeting with senior health staff drawn from across the province. For ZANIS in Kasama, I am Patrick Kabwe.
The Public Service Commission has expressed happiness with the professional conduct of staff at Kitwe Teaching Hospital on the Copperbelt province. Commissioners paid a prompt visit to the health facility and were impressed that the staff were on time for work and operated professionally. And Kitwe Teaching Hospital Head Clinical Care, Victor Sichone, thanked government for the support towards service delivery at the facility. Take a look at this report.
Effective health service delivery continues to be a priority for government, and all efforts are being made to ensure that health facilities are operating smoothly. In line with this objective, some public service commissioners paid an impromptu visit at Kitwe Teaching Hospital to check on various service delivery parameters that included staff reporting time, drug availability, staff professionalism, sanitation status, and facility general cleanliness, among others. Commissioner Gladys Tavalis and Lusa Kawemba also attended a morning routine management meeting and followed the proceedings. The two commissioners were happy with what they found.
We've gone around where the doc was not with us. We went to registry. We visited some wards. We saw that you were on time. Your staff was actually on time. They had logbooks. They were able to log in the right time. And professionally, you are just wonderful. This will definitely take with us, and we will report accordingly.
First of all, I would like to say thank you for the good reception that you have accorded us. It is interesting to just sit in here and see how you report, how you begin your day. And just to encourage you that your field is a calling. Much as the world can reward you, but the greatest reward comes from God. We have gone around, like Doc has said, to observe on what we came for. And even if the hospital is an old hospital, we can actually rate you, I think, a B+. We are impressed with what you have done. Talking about sanitary issues, usually when you go to some hospitals, you are received by a stench. I was telling Doc, I'm able to smell chlorine. I'm able to smell, I mean, the atmosphere, we could tell it has been more disinfected. Keep it up.
And Kidwa Teaching Hospital Management thanked the government for the support it is receiving.
Indeed, this morning we had a surprise visit from the Civil Service Commission. They came to just assess us. Of course, there have been some observations from members of the public about how government institutions conduct themselves, what time they report for work, are they dressed appropriately for the type of work that they do. Generally, how do we keep our premises inside and outside? So the visit was, I would say, ended on a good note, in as much as it was a surprise. The Civil Service Commissioners who came, we have doctors who are volunteering, we have nurses volunteering, we have physiotherapists who are volunteering. So the number is quite huge. We could be talking about close to maybe 200 people that are volunteering in the hospital.
The visit by the Public Service Commissioners at the hospital is a reminder to management and all staff on the need to always put things in order and ensure professional conduct. Liz Ngobeka reporting for ZANIS in Kitwe.
Lastly, Parliamentary Committee on Local Governance, Housing and Chiefs Affairs Chairperson Newton Samakai, who is also Mwinilunga Member of Parliament, has commended Solwezi Municipal Council for taking the lead in constructing a modern and safe crossing point in the area. Speaking during an inspection tour of the implementation of Constituency Development Fund CDF projects, Mr. Samakai has reiterated government's call in ensuring equitable distribution of national resources across all constituencies. As we end the news, a recap of the stories that made headlines. President Hichilema calls for Japanese investments. 3.4 million kwacha Mansa bus station commissioned. Plus farmers aged to sell maize to FRA. That's all we had for you on ZANIS News. Thank you for watching.